welcome to the Nexus. Today we're going to be having a look at the Hot Toys Mysterio figure. Let's take a look. Okay, so obviously we're going to be looking at Hot Toys movie masterpiece Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. I've got quite a few Hot Toys. I've done a few on the channel many years ago. I haven't done one for a while. I've been meaning to pick up Mysterio. I also want Iron Man Illusion as well. So if I see that, I'm going to try and pick that one up. This one came up at a good price, and I got some points to pick it up. So that's what I've done, and I've used that to pick this one up. So I tend to go for a lot of the villains because they don't do many of the villains from the movies Hot Toys. They tend to focus on like the hero characters. But yeah, I've always wanted Mysterio. He's one of my favourite Marvel villains. So let's crack it open and take a look at all his glory. Okay, so here he is. He's in a slipcase, which is common for a lot of Hot Toys if you've collected a few. So we just need to slip that off him. And the good thing is the window there. So as you can see, I'm just going to slip that off him. So you get the Mysterio dome. This is obviously his head, and that's his chest there. Put that down the side. Good thing about this is some of them open like this, some of them don't. But this one actually opens to reveal the figure inside, which is nice. And we get sort of, you know, from Spider-Man there. So let's we get a nice Spider-Man on that side of the box. And we get some nice box art. We get Mysterio there. We get a Spider-Man logos down the side. So what I'm going to do is just open him, and then we can take a little look at a lot of his accessories. So here he is. Oh yes, lovely. Put that down there. Now we can take this off gently, and you can probably see him now. So it does come with a lot of stuff. So we've got his hands here. You've got his different hands. We've got some hand holders here because they sometimes they stick in and stuff like that. And we've also got the smoke effect, which is nice. So that sort of stands up. We've got another one down here. So let's get those smoke effects out. We also have the power stuff that he sort of has up, a bit like Doctor Strange. And we've got his stand here, and we've got his waist grabber section just here. So this just comes off, and this just goes down over that. Push it down, and then obviously that will grab him. So I'll stick the little cap back on top. Now, as you can see, we do get like the normal hands. I'll show you the hands. We get like the open ones. So these are sort of like force hands. So you get a pair, and then you also get the closed fists. Very common on a lot of Hot Toys. You get an open and closed fist, and then you also get some different ones. So there's this little close fist. We'll have a closer look at everything anyway. These batteries, have you seen, have gone because they're already inside. We also get a nice head as well. Like I said, we will take a closer look, so you can display him with the head as well if you feel you want to. And the detail on that is ridiculous. They're so detailed. So let's pull him out. Here he comes. There's his stand. So let me grab his stand out. Like so. His cape would have been underneath, but we've stuck it on him and stuff. So let's put that there for a minute. Because we've got a lot of these bits here. We've got him here. I mean, look at that. And then we can unfurl his his hands just come off. That's fine. So we can peg that back in because they just peg in like so. And his capes here, which is really nice. So you get a nice sort of design on the cape there, which is really nice. So what I'm going to do, because there are a few bits on here in order to switch him on, because he does light up. So there's his head. So there's his head lit up. We'll have a proper look at him. His chest also lights up as well. So let me get the stand ready. Let me put him up and we'll have a proper detailed look at him. So here we have, I've stuck the Jack Gyllenhaal head on. As you can see, that is, I mean, the detail. I'm going to see if I can zoom right up to sort of show you some of the detail on this figure, just on the head alone. Because a Hot Toys blows it out the water. If you've never owned a Hot Toys and you see one for the first time, it absolutely blows you away with the detail on him. So we come down to his suit here. Okay, so I did think the chest here lights up, but it doesn't. I thought it did, but it doesn't. I've also changed his hands over. They literally just peg in and out. Quite easy to change. Then you come down to his boots here, which is nice. Overall, I'm really happy with this. The cape also clicks on and off as well, so you can take these bits off. They do just click off. We have got spares to put in because this is part of the cape, this one. So when you take this off, this stays on the cape, and then we've got other ones to peg into the holes there. We'll turn him round and you can see his whole cape, which is nice. It's got like this really nice design all over it, which is cool. So you can, as I said, you can take that on and off. Now I've just changed his hands over because these sort of parted palm hands are better for holding those bits, and we'll do a full review of that. I'm also going to swap his head over anyway for the dome, and we'll see that all lit up. Obviously, like I said, you get a pair of like relaxed hands, and you get a pair of fists. They're not normal. There's the little bits there to take his cape on and off. You also get the base with the sort of smoke effect, which you can move if you feel that you need to. So these just like move around. They're quite good, and I think if you could light them, they would actually be really good. But actually the effect on them anyway is quite good, and they're very, very stable on there as well. So there's this neck piece there for the light up section for his dome. So I'm going to sort of try and pose him in some way. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so his head and his cape comes off. Like I said, his cape it just pegs in, and then you've got these two holes here which you can then peg these in. So these sort of just peg in like that. So obviously, if you want, you can still get that look, but you do have to take his head off. And like I said, his head is just absolutely amazing. Like I said, the detail on Hot Toys is just out of this world. So I've just shown you how to do the cape. So I'm going to actually try and set him up now to get a really good pose, and then we'll have another look. Okay, so I have set him up. As you can see, he hasn't got any head because I'm going to show you in a minute. That's how I've done the smoke effect. And I've sort of done him hovering, and his cloak's behind him a little bit. I think if you're a Hot Toys guy, I think a wired cape would have been better. Now, I think the vision I've got has the wired cape, so it has a little wire in here, which means you can get a sort of a fly motion out of it. But this one doesn't have it. But the cape is nice, and it is on the back, on the peg section here, so you can sort of position it a little bit to get that sort of look, if that's what you're going for. I've positioned the arms out and back because that's the sort of technique that it goes for. As you can see, that they just peg in. Hang on. They just sort of peg in, they just sort of push in. He does hold them, as you can see. So I've put the light section on the top of his head. just there. And what I'm going to do is turn off the main light here, put the light on. So there's a little switch just on the top of his neck. It's gone on blue. This is his head, and there we go. I mean, he looks, I mean, with the light on, he looks proper badass. Oh, I love that. So let me know what you think. Like I said, the articulation is really good. If you want a detailed, a more in-depth look at Mysterio, there's loads of YouTube videos, you can check that out. But I thought I'd just give you a little show on, hang on, let me turn the main light back on how I'm going to display him. And that is exactly how I'm going to display him right there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, I've got Hot Toys, and I think I've done a review on some bits I have, but not all of the stuff. But I picked this up recently and I thought, do you know what? That deserves a little video. And the cloud effect and the lighting on the dome, you get... Now, the cloud effect is inside the dome, but like the darker patches that you see there are actually on the dome itself and not actually on the cloud effect. But I do love that it's like this blue, and as you can see, it sort of changes as you get further away and further towards. And you can sort of, I've done that on the camera just by pushing it. But the smoke effect looks really cool. And like I said, he is hovering. I've sort of upped him slightly, so to give that illusion that he is sort of gliding with the smoke there. And I think the smoke effect here looks really good. You can have it sort of wrapped round, which is really, really good. So maybe like that, and then that one in there maybe. Like that. And like that. Something like that maybe. But like I said, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm absolutely in awe of Mysterio. But once again, guys, thanks for watching, and we will catch you at the next video. So until then, we'll see you then. Take it easy.